Okay, so welcome to page 19 on the 15th of October, Shop Talk. And in this case, Shop Talk is a way of thinking about businesses, exchange and transactions, trade, money, buying goods and services, and so on and so forth. So the first one, everyone here listening to this is completely familiar with this. All right? So I'm going to give you a few examples. McDonald's, TGIFs, Chuck E. Cheese, Starbucks. Those are types of businesses, and they have a very special name. It's called a franchise. Franchise. So, for example, there's a big company that owns the McDonald's name, but they give permission to people to own and operate their own McDonald's. All right, they give permission. It's given by a company to sell its services or distribute its products in a certain area. So you notice there are lots of McDonald's around. There are lots of Chuck E. Cheese's. There are lots of Starbucks around. A big company owns all of them, and they give permission to people to operate their own Starbucks or their own McDonald's. It's called a franchise. All right. So, for example, many of us like to eat or dine or drink the coffee. I'm not a coffee drinker, but we shop. We do a lot of our shopping in franchises. Franchise. So let's go. Franchise. Franchise. Let's go. First syllable, fran. Second syllable, chise. And the related is the word franc, which has to do with money, French money. They call it francs. Okay. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 things to mark up. Let's go. Underline the ch, the I, second sound. Underline the silent E twice. Draw an arrow back. Why? Because in this case, the silent E makes the I say I. Now, franchise is also technically a homograph. I'm going to leave it alone for right now, and it has to do with voting, although that's a very current hot topic, all right? Use your franchise. Use your vote, all right? Okay, the next word. We've all been in stores, and they have all these goods, and they have all these goods that they sell, all these products that they sell, all right? And a complete list of those items, who someone owns, all the items that are available in a store. It's called inventory. Inventory. And you see people, when they scan it out, it goes, okay, I bought 5 of these. That means they're able to keep track of how many are left of that particular item. You guys inventory things all the time if you have a checklist, all right? So a file, a log, a list, a catalog, how much you have in stock, an account, an archive, a statement like a bill, that's inventory, all right? So for a business to sell and track items, they must first have inventory, okay? The goods that they sell. And the inventory has to be logged in, and this way they can sell it and keep track of it. Inventory. Let's go. Inventory. Inventory. Let's go. Inventory. Inventory. Okay, at the end of a month, many businesses have to take inventory. They have to see how much they have left and how much they have to restock so they could still sell those items to the public. All right, we have one thing to mark up. Underline the O. The O can say O at the end of a syllable. That is Rule 4. Just very quickly going back to the word franchise. A franchise is like a business agreement. Okay, it's a contract. It's a license. You give permission, or you permit somebody to use your product and sell it on their own. Again, McDonald's, right? Big corporation owns that, but individual people own those McDonald's that operate in the neighborhoods and communicate in the communities, and they give you authorization. They give you permission to do that. Okay, and a good antonym for that, I'm sorry to take a little extra time, is a partnership or a limited liability corporation. Sometimes you'll see LLC or sole proprietorship. You say, so it's a sole proprietorship. Sole, just one person owns the business. Okay, the next word is the word receipt. What's the word? I'm sorry, right, is the word receipt. Okay, but you're going to see, actually, we're going to work our way backwards. We did this last year. All right, so first, we are going to do, I'm sorry, I messed up here. We are going to do the word receipt, and I'm going to show you what it comes from, receipt. Okay, receipt, receipt. All right, we use the AE that cannot be used at the end of a word. Let's go, receipt, receipt. Notice that the P is silent. We have 1, 2, 3 things to mark up. Let's go, underline the E, second sound, and underline the P twice because it's silent. Okay, and the E can say E at the end of a syllable. That's rule 4. Now, the reason we have the word receipt is because it comes from the word recipe. That's why the P is retained. And the word recipe originally came from the word receive, to get a list of goods. Like you get a receipt, for example, and that's written or printed proof that you paid for something. All right? A bill of goods, a record, a stub, a bill, a voucher, a sales slip, your proof of purchase. All right? That's what a receipt is. And a receipt, think about a recipe. It's a list of goods or items that that people would receive. And that's how the word receipt has that P in there. I'm not making you do these as words, but you need to keep this in mind. You will be called on to answer those questions. All right? So, be sure, and again, a little hint, the word receipt has the P because it comes from the word receipt. Recipe, rather. Receipt comes from recipe, which recipe comes from the word receive, to get. Okay? All right. So now, the next